Hi guys, this is Dean Swain from the Retro Asylum podcast. Congratulations to the One Up Gaming gang. 400 episodes, great number to reach. It's a lot of editing, trust me, I know. I've been podcasting for years, so well done, great number to reach. And here's to the next 400 episodes. Well done guys.
Hi, David here, One Up Gaming. Welcome to the show. It's going to be episode 410 of the One Up Gaming podcast. Going to go through the games played this week. Got 7 of them. I'm going to go through the 10 minutes of nothing, and that is talking about the Deadpool and Wolverine movie that's just come out. Going to talk about spoilers and all that good stuff. So yeah, check with us. I guess we'll just go straight into the games played this week. So I have a quick 2-second break and we'll be back. So back in a couple of seconds.
Hi, my name's John here. I'm the designer of games like Sensible Soccer, Cannon Fodder, Whizball, Parallax and Sociable Soccer. And I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hello Andy, this is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
And we're back. It's still David. It's still One Up Gaming. It's still 410. Still episode 410 of the One Up Gaming podcast. As always, we're sponsored by Games Inspired Music. It's an album. It's available on like Amazon, Spotify, all that good stuff. Buy it or stream it. And 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. We also have our first 100 podcasts available from audiobooksontape.com. Just go on there, search One Up Gaming, and £1 of each sale will go to the Diabetes UK charity. Now, the reason why we chose that charity is I am actually diabetic, so I've got my little sensor on to tell me how high my blood sugars are, which are always high. I love my sweets. Really do. So we'll go into the... Should I mention the books? Yeah, go to our Amazon... Go to Amazon, search the unofficial Sega Saturn collection, the unofficial PlayStation collection, and the unofficial Nintendo 64 collection. All these books are available from Amazon, and you can buy from there. So, before we go into the games, 2 quick notes. 1, we have some Switch games to give away. So, we do also sometimes get in PS5, Xbox sort of games, Steam games, and we'd like to give these away, the ones that we can't use. So we've got some Switch ones. All you need to do is just comment Switch, that type of thing, just so we know that you're after the Switch games, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And once you comply to them 2 conditions, I'll email you myself and we'll get you a code sent out free of charge. So this is the part of the show where I talk about the games I've played this week. So of this last week I've played 7 games. So we'll go straight into it. I was going to say the second thing, wasn't I? Yeah. The second thing is any of these books that we've got from Amazon. Amazon give you I can buy books in at a discount to tech myself to sell. So if any of you want any of these books that we've got, the 3 books, for a £10-ish discount, email us at contact@oneupgaming.co.uk, and once you get through to that, just let us know which book you would like, and I'll email you back and we'll work out a price for what region you are living in and what we can do for you. So it should be about a £10 discount. So that is that. So first game of the week, Metal Slug Attack Reloaded. And this game looked amazing. It's got that really retro pixelated SNK style. I've always loved Metal Slug. This one's very different. It's more of a tower defense style sort of game. So you don't really have direct control over your little dudes. You just create So more coins you get, the more soldiers you can send out to attack. And you have special soldiers like tanks you can send out. You can get some of your army men to do special grenade attacks where you press a button and it'll do a grenade attack. It's a nice game. I got bored really quick, like as if this should be like a free-to-play mobile game. I don't know how much the game is on the Switch. We just got sent the code to have a play with. If it's more than £20, I would say it's a little bit much. I mean, that's even asking a lot. But I really loved the art style. I really loved how it played. I loved how it felt, how it moved, all that good stuff. The story kept me going for the first few little bits until I got bored after about an hour. But I just liked the fact that they used the Metal Slug name and tried something a little bit different. It's more like what the Mario sort of style, where you get a recognizable franchise name and you completely spin it on its head. So, you know, like the Mario Tennis, the Mario 3D World and all that type of good stuff. So this is like that. They're using the brand name of Metal Slug, but they're changing how the game plays and feels. And I really like that, and I think it should be applauded. And I did like the game itself. It was a good little game. The next game that we played is Balatro? Is it Balatro or Balatro? I can't remember. I'm not a very good player with these card-based sort of games. I don't know how to play poker. I missed that complete side of it out when I was at school, so I never got into that. So this was a steep learning curve for me to get into because I didn't know what the rules were for poker. And this is basically like poker, but with like the joker element to mix and match to make bigger cards and stronger cards. I loved the pixel art. I loved how it all morphed and moved and played. Sound was really good. So I would say this is a really good little card-based battler game. Really impressed. Really fun. It is just a modern reinterpretation of poker. And they've really made it, gamified it so well, and it plays amazing. So I really do like Balatro. I don't know. I really should increase the size of things. I've got my PC like right at the other side of the room, and it's just quite hard to sort of see. But anyway, the next game that we played, I'm gonna have to Google, because all I've wrote on here is Avatar, and it was Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Is it Pandora? I think it's Pandora. The Ubisoft game that came out end of last year, middle of last year, that type of thing. And playing through the game, I was thinking, it looks nice, but it's not as good as what I was hearing some of the people sort of say about the game. And then I got through the training sort of levels and then got into the full outside world, and jaw-dropping. It looks completely, utterly stunning. I felt the game played well. It looked gorgeous, and it's just a really, really good game. I was really impressed. It's one of the best games I've played for a long time. And yeah, I thought it was stunning, absolutely stunning. Good little game. So the Avatar game for I played it for the Xbox Series X. But yeah, it's brilliant, absolutely amazing game, really nice. So next up we have Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Now, I don't think I ever played Luigi's Mansion 2. Was that the one that came out for the 3DS? I loved Luigi's Mansion, but I think it's quite bad if I go back to it now. And Luigi's Mansion 3 I never got into. I played it for a little bit and then I've never gone back to it. But this one, I think it's because it plays more like the first, and I was really impressed. I thought it felt good, it looked nice, it had all the snappiness that I loved about the original, and it's just bigger, better, brighter, bolder. It's just a better overall game, and I really enjoyed it. So Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, great game for the Switch, one of the better games for the Switch this year. Next up, God, this is a Switch fest this week. We have Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. And I mean, I've not played a Super Monkey Ball game like properly. I had it for the GameCube, and I loved that. And then it must have been, was it Monkey Ball 2 that came out for like the original Xbox and PS2 sort of style? That sort of time. And I really, really loved that. I loved the mini games in it. I loved like it was like the one where you ramp down the thing, you fly up, you press the button to open your sort of ball up to glide, and you have to try and glide down and land on the target. I really enjoyed that game, really satisfying. But this game, it's using Unity. It looks nice, just nothing special. The physics seem a little bit different to what I was used to, but it's still a really good little monkey ball game, and in life we all need a bit of monkey ball. It's a really fun little game. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's a good game, really fun. So anyway, next up, game 6. We have a game called Offroad Racing, and this was again for the Switch. I think all the games coming up are all for the Switch. So Offroad Racing for the Switch. I think I played it before a couple of months ago, but I had another quick go on it, and it's not very good. It's very basic, very arcade centric, but I do love the fact that you can either be in a proper 4x4 car, a little buggy, or a motorbike, and you race through, get a boost, and it's just a really cheap game engine that, is it Microids? They've actually made this game, so it's not the best, it's not very good, but you could have a little bit of fun, and it's playable. I mean, that's the main thing, isn't it? That's the main thing. But I wouldn't recommend it, to be fair. And the last game played this week, just because of the Paris Olympics 2024 on now, I played the Switch's Summer Games Challenge. Now, I don't know if this is a couple of years old or not. It's the first time I've seen it. It might have just been highlighted because of the Summer Games, the Olympics. And I've had a quick go through, and it's quite a bad game. Graphically, it's horrendous. Gameplay wise, it's back to the button mashers, but it's like the button masher games where even when you're doing really bad, you can still win. The only ones I struggled with was like the like the high jump, the pole vault, because you don't know how far they've increased their jump to, so you can think you're doing really well, but you move it up by 20 centimeters or 50 centimeters, and then once you've completed it, you find out that they have moved it by 25 centimeters or 22 centimeters, so they're only a little bit more, which is really annoying. I wish it had come up on screen what they're moving theirs to. But if it's for a kid, I think they'll get a bit of enjoyment out of it. It's very easy. Graphically, it's really poor, but I really enjoyed some of the events, like the shot put, the archery I quite enjoyed. Didn't like the weightlifting that much. I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, it's not a good game. Again, it'll be a really cheap budget game. As I say, I just got this sent to review just because of the Olympics and that, so they might want a bit of press this sort of time. So that is the games played this week for the One Up Gaming Podcast, episode 410. So please like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, bell that icon, all that good stuff. And we're going to have a quick break, and we'll be back with the 10 minutes of nothing. So see you in a few.
Hi, I'm Lucy James, and I listen to the One Up Gaming Podcast.
Up next on the One Up Gaming Podcast is 10 minutes of nothing. Will it be the team talking about nothing or a guest interview? Stick around and find out now. It's 10 minutes of nothing. Yeah, 10 minutes of nothing.
Well, we're going to go through this week's One Up Gaming Podcast, the 10 Minutes of Nothing for episode 410. So for this week's episode, I'm going to go through Deadpool and Wolverine, talking about some of the cameos, some of the story beats, some bits and bobs like that. So yeah, sponsored by Games Inspired Music this week, as always. So buy it, stream it, rent it. I don't know if you can rent it or not, but yeah. Google it, search it, go onto the Apple Store, go onto the Amazon, all that good stuff. And 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. So we often get sent games to give away. I think we've got some Switch games to give away at the moment. So we normally have PC, PlayStation, Xbox and Switch stuff to give away. So all you need to do is just subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave a comment just saying example Switch. And I'll make sure that you've followed those instructions. And then I will email you and we'll get into, see what games we can give out to you. So yeah, so I guess we'll go into the 10 minutes of nothing for this week. So if you don't know 10 minutes of nothing, I have 10 minutes to talk about a certain topic and then the timer will start. Oh, well, the timer will end. And then, that's when we'll have to stop talking about it and we'll end the show. So I guess we'll start the timer now. So 10 minutes is starting. So this is Deadpool and Wolverine. If you don't want to know any of these spoilers, please skip this show and come back once you've seen the movie. I'm going to talk 10 minutes of this. So, yeah. So if anyone doesn't know, Deadpool and Wolverine is the first time that Deadpool has appeared in the MCU. It's basically Deadpool 3. He is depressed. He's not a hero anymore. He's just going to work. All that stuff. And then the Timey people, I've completely blanked on their names. Oh god, some TVA, that's the ones, isn't it? Yeah, TVA's. It's not. I can't even read it on here. So, the TVA come, abduct him. He kills a shit ton of them. He finds out that his world's dying because Logan died at the end of Logan, and he doesn't believe it because he doesn't think that's how healing regenerative powers work. So he nuts the main guy at the TVA, grabs his time thing and goes to the future to when Logan is dead. He digs up and then he has a conversation with an adamantium skeleton. And then the TVA people turn up again and he kills all of them using bits of adamantium skeleton as a weapons. And then eventually puts on his Wolverine claws and he kills people with the Wolverine claws. And that's how this movie starts. It starts with him completely desecrating Wolverine's corpse. But, what are you going to do? So, I guess we will go into some of the people who appear in the movie. We have Happy Hogan. When Deadpool goes to the main timeline of the sacred timeline, I think they call it, of Marvel, of the MCU, and he's saying he wants to become an Avenger, and Happy Hogan's like, you're not gonna be an Avenger, you're not. So he doesn't get his news he wants. So he goes back, and then he has the idea of, if I can nick a Wolverine from another timeline, another dimension, then I can bring him back to ours and save us. So there's a montage of going back through looking for other Wolverines. First one is a comic book accurate size Wolverine, and he jumps off a stool and he's tiny, which is quite funny. Goes through, looks at Patch goes through Old Man Logan, and then he finds Wolverine that's dressed in the brown suit, and he's just about to fight the Hulk, but then the Hulk smashes Deadpool into a tree, and then he disappears. Then they find the Wolverine that he finds, and he grabs him and brings him back. TVA people don't like the idea, so they send them all to the Void, to the planet of desert wasteland. They find who Deadpool thinks is Captain America, but it's actually Johnny Storm, and then they get him killed quite quickly. Sabretooth, the original Sabretooth from the old movies with Tyler Mane, they have a big fight which lasts like 3 seconds, and he gets his head cut off, so that didn't last long. There's a load of other mutants. So you have like the Juggernaut, you have Toad, Lady Deathstrike, Azil, Callisto, Psylocke. Is it Psylocke or Psylocke? I can't remember. You have Cassandra Nova, the main bad guy. I'm trying to think of who else there was. There was loads of like little cameo people in. No, that's all I can really think of at this moment in time. But anyway, so next up, they get told about some other good guy people who are trying to defeat Cassandra Nova. So once they have a big fight, in the car and get bloodied up, they find Elektra, who was played by the actress who played her in the old Elektra movies and the Daredevil movies. Jennifer Garner. Is it Garner? Gardner? Garner, yeah. And then onto the scene comes Blade, played by Wesley Snipes. He looks really old and really frail now. I don't know how old he is, but he hasn't played the character in over 20 years. He makes a joke about there's only ever been one Blade and there'll only ever be one Blade. And then Deadpool looks at the camera as if, maybe. Then next up we have Gambit, who was my favourite person from the old cartoon series. I've never been a big comic book reader. In the UK it wasn't a big thing. But Gambit was supposed to be a full feature-length movie starring Channing Tatum. But that never took off and that never happened. So it's nice to see Channing Tatum play Gambit in this movie. Full costume. He just looks a bit too beefy, a bit chunky for the movie, for the Gambit character. But anyway, hopefully we'll see what happens and he might get his own movie. Then there was like other references to the Avengers on the TVs and stuff. Loads of Wolverine variants, as I said. Loads of Deadpool variants. Dogpool, loved him. I guess it was a her. Then there was like, oh god, what was he? The Nice Pool, I think it was called. And Deadpool loved it when he got killed. Then there's loads of other Deadpool from the Deadpool car. And it was just funny. Stupid funny. But yeah, it all basically come down to the fact that Deadpool didn't want his timeline to be destroyed. Logan being the anchor that holds his universe together. So they went out to go look for a new Wolverine. Yeah, it's just... It was a good movie. It wasn't great. It wasn't as massive. Oh, there was also X-23. Yeah. Who was back, who helps this Wolverine learn his true fate, sort of thing. But yeah, there was the Pyro, Yeah, Pyro was in it. Everyone knows Pyro's in it. But yeah, it was a fun movie. It was entertainment. It was gore. It was swearing. It was all that good stuff. They have a really happy ending at the end. Basically, they get told that to save the day, they have to destroy the machine. But if you destroy the machine, it'll completely disintegrate you atom by atom, so it will kill you, even if you got these healing factors. So Wolverine was like, "You've got friends and family. I'll go in and do it. I don't have anyone left. I don't have a world to go back to." And then Deadpool kicks him, pushes him away, and he jumps into the room and locks the door. Does some funny things in the front of the sort of like the window, and then as he's trying to destroy the machine, Wolverine gets in and helps, and they both destroy the machine and both survive. And then the credits. It wasn't a great end of the Deadpool sort of like. Normally they show like the next sort of set of movies or whatever, but this was just the fact that Deadpool went back in time to show all the stuff that Johnny Storm actually said about Cassandra Nova, and is it Cassandra Nova? Whatever her name was, said all the horrible things that justified her killing him, and Deadpool was just saying what he got told. It was a fun movie. I'd recommend it. As I say, it wasn't as great as what everyone was going on about, like the Marvel sort of stuff that they were saying, but it's a good movie. And that, my friends, 10 minutes of nothing. 10 minutes of nothing of the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So loads of stuff to talk about. I will just say, it's funny, it's stupid, and I love that sort of stuff. And that has been the One Up Gaming's episode 410 of 10 minutes of nothing for this week, featuring, talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. So please subscribe, like, share, bell icon, all that good stuff. And we will be back with the goodbyes in a couple of seconds.
Hello, this is Peter Poppleton from the internet. I would just like to congratulate you really on reaching the 400th episode of the podcast. What the fucking hell is a podcast? If anybody tries to cast my pods like in Plaster of Paris or something like that, I will smack them right in the tit. It's what? It's like a radio. Right, I get it now. I see. It's like a radio show. 400 episodes on Chuffing Gaming. Chuffing hell. Look, I don't know how you've got there. Quite what you can say about Chuffing Space Invaders, Pac-Man and Horace Goes Skiing, I will never know. But either way, it sounds like quite an achievement. So well done. And here's to the next 4. Let's not get, ahead of ourselves. I'm not going to say the next 400 because let's face it, gaming is, I don't know what I'm talking about, do I? I'm very old. Happy 400th episode.
Hi, I'm Keith Allen and I play Murphy on Z Nation and I listen to One Up Gaming Podcast.
So it's been me, David, One Up Gaming, episode 410 of the One Up Game Podcast. So we talked about the 7 games played this week. So there was Metal Slug Attack Reloaded, Balatro, The Avatar, Summit of Pandora, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, Offroad Racing for the Switch, and Super Games Challenge for the Switch. We also talked about Deadpool and Wolverine, so all the spoilers there for the 10 minutes of nothing. So as always, please go to our website, which is oneupgaming.co.uk. You can buy our books. So that's the unofficial Sega Saturn collection, the unofficial PlayStation collection, and the unofficial Nintendo 64 collection. All on Amazon. Just search for them, buy them. Email us at contact@oneupgaming.co.uk, and we might be able to get you a discount of £10 off each book. So just email us with what book you want and we'll get in touch and we'll see what we can do for you. So subscribe, like, share, bell the icon, all that good stuff. get our first 100 podcasts available at audiobooksontape.com. Search One Up Gaming, and £1 of each will go to the Diabetes UK charity. And I think that'll do for this week. So thank you all for watching. It's been me, David, One Up Gaming. Thank you. Goodbye.